community zone in Busiga Commune, Gozi Province, frequently face the shortage of drinking water. The Burundian Agency for Hydraulics and Basic Sanitation in rural areas urges the leaders to supply the necessary electricity promptly while the community is called to safeguard the taps. Welcome again to these English in details. As I was saying in the headlines, this Tuesday, the certificate of merit was awarded to the First Lady of the Republic of Burundi, Angela Ndayishimiye. The provincial administration in Gitega, which facilitated this event, said that the certificate was granted to the First Lady as recognition of her contribution to development. This report is credit to our colleague Felicia Butoy, who arrived in Gitega. During a plenary session this Monday at the National Assembly of Burundi this Monday, the deputies gathered to elect the 7 new commissioners of the CNDH and the Bureau. As of Monday evening, Monsignor Martin Blaise Nyabuhoho is the new head of the Independent National Commission CNDH, with Gerard Rugeminhoza as deputy and Nhunza Beatrice elected as the secretary of this bureau. Jackson Idakose has the story.
Following the presentation of the report by the ad hoc commission established to oversee the recruitment of the commissioners, 21 candidates were shortlisted, 12 from the Hutu ethnic group and 9 from the Tutsi ethnic group. Each candidate appeared before the National Assembly to summarize their experiences in promoting human rights and to outline their vision for advancing the National Independent Human Rights Commission, CNDH, if elected. 3 candidates were shortlisted for each of the 7 commissioner positions, totaling 21 contenders. In the initial voting phase, deputies elected 3 Tutsi and 4 Hutu commissioners. On one hand, elected Tutsi commissioners were Gloriose Nimenya from Lumonge province, who received 89 votes out of 114, means 78.7%. Beatrice Nkurunziza from Chankuzo, who secured 88 votes, means 77%, and Dina Ndayumvire from Gitega, who obtained 82 votes, means 77.9%. On the other hand, Tutsi commissioners who have been elected, Bishop Martin Blaise Nyabuhoho from Gitega province, who gained 93 votes, means 82.5%. Dr. Jean Bosco Manirambona from Lutana, who received 89 votes, means 78.7%. Gerald Rugeminhoza from Kirundo province, who achieved 82 votes, means 80.7%, and Ambassador Issa Ntambuka from Bujumbura, who secured 83 votes, means 72.8%. Subsequently, the 7 elected commissioners proceeded to elect the commissioners executive bureau. For that stage, Bishop Martin Blaise Nyabuhoho was elected president of the CNDH with 82.5% of the votes. Gerald Rugeminhoza was chosen as vice president with 77.1%, and Beatrice Nkurunziza assumed the role of secretary with 76.3%. Following the elections, National Assembly President Gerald Daniel Ndabilabe urged the newly appointed commission to work diligently to restore Burundi's image within the international community. It is worth noting that a total of 114 applications had been submitted for the commissioner positions.
The Court of Auditors indicates that after analyzing the draft finance bill for the 2025-2026 fiscal year, it found that this amount is not realistic, given that this entire cannot be reimbursed in a single fiscal year. It was said this Monday by the President of the Court while presenting to the senators the comments made by the Court of Auditors on the draft finance bill for the 2025-2026 fiscal year. Marius Muhigwe reports.
In front of senators, Leopold Kabula, the president of the Account Court, has presented the report review on the general budget to be used in the 2025-2026 exercise. Concerning the government's income, there are 7 billion Burundian francs to be given back by MPs. Concerning the government expenses to be used in 2025-2026, the exoneration will be projected at more than 100 billion Burundian francs, which is the contrary to the previous 3 years, while the exoneration fees were estimated at more than 200 billion Burundian francs. The account court has also found that the government budget to be used this year has increased in terms of salary payments, while more than 10% has increased. The social issues contribution amount has also increased at 46.10%. Another remark of the account court is that the government budget in 2026 does not estimate the budget support, while 2024-2025 exercise, that budget was estimated at more than 200 billion Burundian francs.
And let's now take you through in politics and social affairs. As Burundi moves towards the communal and legislative elections, the population of Nyakabiga zone say that there are no social political tensions, rather political parties cohabitate peacefully. They hope elections will also be peaceful. Our colleagues spoke with the population of that locality. Marius Muhigwe once again.
These are some of the citizens residing in Nyakabiga zone. We are in Mukaza Canyon here in the capital Bujumbura. Those with whom we have talked to say that at the eve of the 2025 general elections, they affirm that there is no socio-political tension, on the contrary to the previous years. This one says that he is ready to elect new leaders, and this in a total harmony. They agree that their first concern is to be hard workers, and this to increase the production, as no one is aggressing another. Met at her working place, this mother was dealing with her generating income activities. She says she is well doing her business without any socio-political harm. This was also declared by this seller, saying that he is ready to vote new leaders. Gervais Hokubayo, the chair of Nyakabiga zone, said to be satisfied with the socio-political cohabitation of the residents of Nyakabiga zone, and confirms that the coming elections will normally be proceeded in a peaceful way. The population of this locality wishes all stakeholders to affirm the results of the coming elections in order to build a zone which is emerged and developed.
Wow, as I said in top stories, let's now shift to hygiene. The population of the Mharamirundi zone in the Busiga commune of Ngozi province said that they are often faced with a shortage of drinking water. This issue is caused by the marginal forces, which are often the results of misuse by the community itself and a lack of electricity to ensure the delivery of water from the diffusion reservoir to other facilities controlled by the Burundian Agency for Hydraulics and the Basic Sanitation in rural media. Regideso is called upon to provide the necessary electricity in a timely manner. The community is urged to protect these facets. Patrick Gramaholo was translated by Jackson Irakoze.
Those are citizens from Mharamirundi zone, Busiga commune in Ngozi province, met fetching clean water supplied by Burundian Agency for Hydraulics and Rural Sanitation. The citizens testify that they have experienced a big challenge of missing clean water for a long period. They also accepted that citizens from the locality are responsible for this function of the tape, and due to that, local rulers prohibit for a period those who usually come to fetch, and as a result, diseases originated from lack of cleanliness are observed. One of those citizens exchanged with Burundi National Television has delivered advice to the local population to not call when they are fetching, as it causes misunderstanding, which generate most of the time fight The acceptance to wait one another when one is threatened is one of the solutions proposed by that citizen, as the lack of water causes many health harmful consequences. Those citizens also ask the local representatives to sensitize the population on the importance of those waters. Birikunzira Joe, a plumber of the locality, has acknowledged that apart from that issue caused by citizens, lack of water can be observed due to the lack and power cut of electricity from Regideso company. They therefore ask the Regideso company to supply sufficient quality and quantity of electricity. We know that in the event of a breakdown, the population is called upon to organize itself by collecting small contributions to repair damaged tapes in order to restore the supply.
Before concluding this news broadcast, let's have an eye on health sector. April 25th each year is recognized as an international day dedicated to the fight against malaria. This Monday, the day was celebrated in the Busoni commune of Kirundo province. In conjunction with this observance, the Minister of Public Health took the opportunity to officially launch a campaign for the distribution of mosquito nets set to take place this week. Joseph Munizazambo has a story.
Activities of the International Day dedicated to the fight against malaria started by the distribution campaign of mosquito net. The event took place at Busoni Hospital, that is responsible for the program of fighting against malaria disease, precisely that the distribution of mosquito net nationwide will be carried out in a modern way, digitalization. This campaign was officially launched by the Minister of Health, Lidwine Baradahana. It was as well the occasion of officially launching in Burundi the week dedicated to vaccination. At Busoni Hospital, Minister Lidwine Baradahana vaccinated children under 18 months for malaria prevention, implementing the campaign launched by the First Lady on the 17th of March this year. Ceremonies continued at Busoni Playground, where Minister Baradahana mentioned that they chose to begin in Kirundo province since it is the most affected province of this disease. She called on all population to massively respond to this campaign and use the mosquito net accordingly. Concerning the campaign of malaria vaccination, the Minister of Health recommended parents to have their children vaccinated, emphasizing that if this campaign is conducted successfully, it will contribute to the development of the country. The representative of the UN Program for Development mentioned that malaria is mostly attacking children and affecting women. That's why they continue fighting against this disease. He assures that they will continue supporting Burundi in fighting this disease. This was emphasized by Dr. Crespa, representing the World Health Organization in Burundi, where he stated that more than 600,000 people die due to malaria. Some companies selling anti-malaria medicines joined with others in celebrating this day. Here we mention Abacus Pharma, that brought first in Burundi a medicine that prevents from this disease in 1 month, known as Malacant, as indicated by Fabrice Manirakiza, in charge of marketing to Abacus Pharma.